Hello and welcome to Becky's House of Sewing, where we talk about all things needle and thread, mostly cross stitch and quilting. But I have garment mending in the mix today, so that's exciting. All right, so Happy New Year. I've got a cup of tea. And ready to go. I am coughing less, but still coughing, feeling better in the new year, which is good. But I like to cut the coughing 100%, so I'm excited for that to happen. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, I hope you guys had a good new year. I was in bed by 10 o'clock. I had a brief moment of like, I'll stay up till New Year's. And then was like falling asleep in my chair. I'm like, guess I won't be doing that. But I did start my notebook. I guess I should turn the pom-pom around. I got these cute little paper clips with different color pom-poms. And I can't decide the direction I want to put them in. So who knows what they'll be next time. See, now you get to see the back again. Let me just turn it around. So you see the cute front. There you go. So here is my first week of the new year. So I'm just writing down what I'm designing or what I'm stitching and doing some fun stickers to make it fun. So we'll see how many months I do this for. I usually end up petering out. Ooh, what's my hair doing? I just got my hair done. I would have done this recording earlier, but I knew I was getting my hair cut, so I think, well, freshly coiffed hair. All right, and I've been working, as far as cross stitch goes, I've only been working on needle and hand, which I'm just taking the pattern off so I can show you guys my progress. It's one of those that has a ton of different color changes. But isn't it cute? Look how cute that is. So this was an Acorns and Threads 25th anniversary exclusive by Liz Matthews. Needle and Acorn and Threads is a cross stitch store in Oregon. So, very cool. And I liked it. I didn't realize, again, I mentioned this last week, I didn't realize how pastel the colors were until I got them in my hand. And I forgot the threads again. One day I'll remember to bring them in to show you. I'm in the middle of finishing some of the stitches, so I have a dangling thread, pardon me. But this is where I'm at. So I'm trying to push through all this stuff over here, all this jazz. There's only a couple left that I have that literally just have like one stitch in the middle, which is so annoying because then you have to anchor it on and you're only doing one stitch, so then you have to anchor it again and blah, blah, blah. But I did get the little house built. Yeah, you didn't know I was a contractor. I built a house. I'm so silly. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. And it's going to be, fairly small. Because, right here is the corner. And, I've gotten down to the bottom over here. You can't see me pointing because I'm pointing from the back. So I'm pleased. I'm excited. So I think I'll probably just keep on working on that. Because I have it up. This morning, I still have a Token of Fall. I just haven't done anything on it in a while. I don't have a good reason why. I just haven't. So this morning I was thinking, I really haven't bought any craft supplies in like 3 weeks. What should I be thinking about buying? And what should I be starting soon? And I was reminded, because of course there's other things I would like to buy. Of course, we always have a list. I can't remember the lady's name now, but there's a reproduction sampler that is gorgeous. That was done in 1818, and it's Quakers. It's a Quaker style. So, Ron, Quaker style is, they do all these like medallion things. So it's like in a hexagon or a circle, and a Quaker style sampler usually is like they show you half the, it's like a border of half medallions. So it looks like it's almost purposely incomplete. But I've seen lots of people do this sampler, which apparently some people did like in 2018, because it was 200 years old, which would have been cool. But it's a monochrome sampler, which after this puppy, I'm ready to not have so many needle color changes. But it's ginormous. It's like 24 by 18 inches wide. It's huge. Which made me think, oh, you know what? I have a huge sampler here. This is the reproduction version of it. Look, it doesn't even fit on the screen. So this is the Dutch sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews. It's like I can't do any other designer. But this came out at Market in 2021, and I just felt like I needed it, because look at all the different things you can do out of it, of all the different motifs, and I thought it was beautiful. So I bought it. Now this has DMC or NPI. DMC is the cottons, which are my favorite cottons. NPI is a silk, which is not as inexpensive as cottons. And just take a gander at how many colors there are. That's a lot of colors. What I'm saying is there's a lot in here. And I think this is a ridiculous stitch count. It's like 375 by 450. Hold on a second. I know I have that sheet nearby. Let's watch me dig it out, shall we? It's very exciting TV. Buster is sleeping in his bed, being all adorable. He's also been very farty today. So be glad this is not smell-o-vision, is all I'm saying. All right. So I have the instructions. Yeah, so the stitch count for the big sampler for the reproduction, that big dude in the back. 383 stitches by 403 stitches. Which, if you do it in 36 count, which I happen to have right here, in this beautiful bisque, vintage bisque color, Lakeside Linens and Designs. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know what measurement that is. We'll have to see. This might not be the right amount of fabric now that I get it out. It's clearly the first time I've opened it. But it's a really pretty color. Reads pretty true on the screen. So this is 36 count, and it would be 20 by 22. So this is definitely not the right size. Oh darn, I guess I'll just have to use this for something else. All right. So a few things for Ron. Lakeside Linen is a hand-dyed fabric company, and they use Zweigart linen. And you can tell this is Zweigart because it has this wonderful orange stripe down the selvage. Only Zweigart linen has, or Zweigart Ada also has it, I believe, has that unique orange stripe. So Zweigart is a German company. Pardon me while I bend down. I disappeared. Where is she? Where is she? Oh, I'm here. Hi. Oh, my hair keeps becoming uncoiffed. That's just a fun word to say. So I digress. The other sewing I did was not crafty related, but it was in the lines of sewing repair. So I got this cute peasant top from Land's End, and I got it because there's chickens on it. Everyone needs a shirt with chickens on it. This just made me giggle. Let me look how cute that is. So it's a peasant top, and it had elastic at the long sleeve elastics and elastic at the cuff, and I hated it, so I didn't wear it. So I took the elastic out and made a cuff. Isn't that exciting? Is it perfect? No. Will anyone ever notice? No. So now I have a shirt that I can wear again, and I'm excited about it. Look how cute I am in my chicken shirt. Coming to a party near you. So people, that's all I've done today. Oh, but I did it on my Bernina. So this is my Bernina that my mother has given me. So what I'm saying is it's my mother's Bernina. But I still have that. It lives underneath my table. That's what sewing machine I used before I got my Janome. And I used this because my Janome has a flat bed, doesn't have the little arm place, so I could just kind of sew in a circle and not have to worry about getting my hem off, because I could sew it on my Janome and just kind of move the material out of the way. But if you know me, you know I would probably end up making the hem be off. And I wanted to be as accurate as I could. So it was nice to get the old Bernina out. Bernina is really the best brand. Don't listen, Janome. She's right here. But if I had all the money in the world, I'd be buying a Bernina. But I will say, I'll release the ears. Bernina still didn't have the things I wanted, even if it does stitch better. So I am still very happy with my Janome. I love her. I'm petting her now so she feels the love. And yeah, I love it. And I really love, I know a couple weeks ago I showed you guys my HP walking foot. And I really love it. It's a nice stitch. I'm going to digress again. Excuse me, I keep getting cool messages from people. Oh, it's my next hair appointment. So one thing I've noticed about my machine, and I think this is probably fairly universal to machines that have the cut little button. So most new machines have the feature where you can cut your thread, and it so you don't have to like be wasteful with your thread. But here's the thing. It jams up. So what I find, and I don't know if I'm going to have a piece. I might have on this. So when I do the cutting of that thread, sometimes, oh, here's a good example of it. The next piece I sew, excuse me now, I'm trying not to sneeze. So attractive. Oh, don't sneeze, don't sneeze. No. Okay. See where this piece is. This piece right here. See how it's a little chunky right there with the thread. So it doesn't knot up necessarily, but it just doesn't stitch smoothly. I'm not a fan of that. So I think I might continue to use leader and enders, which is typically, let's see if I have any handy. Now you get to see the back of my hair. Isn't that cute? Oh, reach, go catch it. Arms. So leaders and enders are just little scraps of fabric and or another project to use enough thread to get it beyond the thing you're working on, beyond the presser foot, so you can cut it without wasting any thread. Now you can just use a scrap of fabric over and over and over again, create your own art. Here's another one. Or you can do like I believe it's Bonnie Hunter that has whole quilts that are leader and enders. So you can have like a bunch of 2-inch squares pre-cut right by your sewing machine. And every time you start something or end something, you start with those. And then by the end of whatever, you have another project ready. That's called smart sewing, using your time wisely. Yes, I have some of those. But right now I feel like Brenda and the Cereal Starter, which if you watch Flosstube, you probably are watching them because they're fabulous. But Laura, the Cereal Starter of the duo, just likes to start things. She likes to purchase them and start them. The finishing part, not so much. So I feel like I have ADD in my sewing room. Cereal Starter syndrome. Well, that's really it, people. I know I'm just, rambling and trying to stretch it out. Mostly so Ron can have another drink. But, that's it. On TV, I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter because I got HBO Max so I could watch the Sex and the City reboot. I sadly thought that they were all out, but they're not. So I got caught up and then I was like, well, now what am I going to binge watch? And then I've also been watching Mary Fons. I talked about this in Wednesday Stitching, which of course we had. Some of you were not there. You know who you were. We missed you. Get to stitching next week. Marching orders. We talked about Mary Fons. Now, some of you may have heard of Fons and Porter. They have a lot of accessories, sewing accessories. Also used to be a magazine. Mary Fons and I don't remember Mrs. Porter's first name. They were a duo in 1976 with the bicentennial when quilting had a resurgence. They were kind of the leaders of the resurgence. And so they're big names in quilters. So both of their daughters have are very important people, which is kind of exciting. Mrs. Porter's daughter is a representative in California. Very serious job. And then Mary Fons, who is a daughter of the Fons, Mrs. Fons. She's been a speaker and an editor of many quilting magazines. She was also on the PBS show with her mom for a while. I think her mom left the show and she was the show for a while too. Now she's married and lives in London. I think temporarily. I'm a little fuzzy on why she lives there. But she does a lot of research because she's an editor on quilts and quilters and all that kind of stuff. So she has a YouTube channel that I enjoy watching. She is silly and funny and sometimes very rambly. But when she talks about quilts, it's really cool. She has a lot to say. Obviously, she's well respected in the community and knows a lot already. but talking about techniques and diving deep on the artists who are making them, all very interesting. So if you have, 2 or 3 hours and you're interested in quilts, I highly recommend. Give it 2 stars, 5 stars, 10 stars, however many, lots of stars. Highly recommend. Not like December. December was 1 star. Don't recommend. We're in January 2022. How many people have stumbled over the year yet? Have you said it a lot? Have you had to write it yet? So far, I've remembered, which probably means now that I've bragged about it that I'm not going to remember for the next week. So that's kind of how things go. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. It's later in the day. The sun is going down. Thank God we're past the winter solstice. It's only going to get longer from here. But still, we have months to go before it's not dark at like 5 o'clock. Anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoy hanging out with you. Hope you got to stitch a little bit while you watched me. Hope you have a great stitching week. And subscribe, like, all those good things. Talk to you next week. Bye.